Hey, sorry about that. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Going to be shaping some sections today, and then we're going to be getting into breaking down and then turning a tool handle. So that'll be pretty fun. We're going to try to keep this a relatively short stream. That way we can be very targeted and then be focused, I guess. I guess is really the word I'm looking for. But yeah, so we're going to be shaping some fountain pen sections. They're already drilled, prepped, and everything. So then I'm going to get one of the cool carbide handles that I've got, and then make a handle out of it. So yeah, a couple different projects going on today, but yeah, let's get to it. Lawrence, how you doing, man? It's been a little bit. All right. So these are the pins that I've been working on here. And then these are the sections for them, obviously. So we're going to be doing that. The sections are all fit for a Yovo number 6. And yeah. Okay, we're looking good. But yeah, it shouldn't take very long. And then we'll definitely move in and out of the hospital. Dude, what's going on? Crap. Let me fix that. I don't know why ads are on again. They're always on by default, and I don't like that. I want them to be... No, that's not what I wanted. Setting, there we go, okay. They're automatic. I'm going to turn them to manual. Yeah, here we go. Sorry if you just got an ad, man. I accidentally clicked the insert ad button. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted it to turn off, so I've changed them to manual. All right. Let's see. We're already configured because I was helping my dad make a section yesterday. Low sodium and magnesium. Sounds like a Gatorade would fix that, huh? Oh, crap. I'm looking at the wrong one. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I can adjust it. All right. Yes. Cool. But yeah, we're going to bang through these right quick. It won't take very long. And then we're going to get that handle done. These are the sections. They're all going to be reduced down to 12 millimeters in diameter. And then we'll do a shape profile in them. And these are going to be where you're holding the pin itself. So that is the component that I am working on at the moment. No, not all the time. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. Is it your body absorbing it? Or is your body like reluctant to absorb it or something like that? All right, we're going to turn on Morty just so we can do this part. But it shouldn't be on the whole time. Okay, we're going to start with this one. This particular blank is a little sus. I don't know if it's going to work out how I want it to. I mean, this part being as small as it is isn't a problem. It was the cap and the barrel that I kept having problems with. So I think the material is a little different. It just didn't want to cooperate with me. The handle I'm going to be making is going to be basically another one of these. It's a round carbide. Alright, this is good. Wow, heart rate dropped to 35. My goodness. Did you lose consciousness? A little bit more right here. Where would it be? Like, nice. Perfect. Oh, overhydrated. Well, that's not good, man. I'm going to stick with that. Bone Crusher! Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How you been? How were your shows? I think plural. You've been to a couple of them this year so far, haven't you? Almost. Good, just finished Arkansas. It was a good show. Right on, man. Isn't that where, doesn't Sean Newton, isn't that Sean Newton's home show? think it is. Sean's a good dude. Just thinking about him, he's a goober too. He's funny. Yeah. This is going to look a lot cooler when it gets all finished up, because here's the rest of the fin. When I saw this blank, I was like, oh man, that is dope. It looks like some other ebonite that I've used before. Nice. There was a little spot in the middle that wasn't turning how everything else was turning, but it's gone now. I like it when that happens. Nice. I'll reduce it a little bit on the backside here. All right. What are you going to do with UV resin? There's a lot of things you can do with it. What are you thinking about doing with it? It's a good thing to. I mean, there's a lot of good reasons to use A lot of good reasons for him to be. Scroll saw projects. All right, well, make sure you're wearing a respirator, my friend. No. I think that section's going to need to be remade all over again from the beginning. That's not from the tool. It's like a little glitter chunk in there. I think I'll just let it get sanded down. See if it can get going that way. If not, I'll remake the section. We'll be outside? Heck yeah. It's beautiful outside now. Well, I mean today it's actually kind of chilly, but it's sunny. So we were up in the mountains this past weekend. I took my family rappelling. In my previous life, I had done a lot of rappelling and stuff like that. A lot of mountain rescue stuff. So we went to REI, bought a rope and a couple sit harnesses, and took my family rappelling. And we all came back, so at least I still remember stuff. You're in the thinking stage? Oh man. Oh man. Well, if you got a good idea, you should just do it. If you're thinking about it and it occupies your mind for a little while, do it. Kind of like a little philosophy I'm working on. That is so neat. All right, let's see how we look at here. Perfect. This one's sus. All right, I got one more section. And if you do something else, I'd say, Lawrence, if you are at a thinking stage, man, write it down. Write it down. Because sometimes it's one of those things that might not be good for you at the time, but you'll revisit it and you'll be able to just kind of pick up where you left off with your notes. That's why I haven't changed my whiteboard back there, because some of those things I'm still chewing on. If it's brisk there, maybe it created the chip. Not in this case. It's a piece of glitter or something that's from the rest of the blank. But yeah, weather can absolutely affect how some of the materials respond. Typically, if it's warmer, it's a little softer, you can get bigger or deeper cuts. And then if it's super cold, it can be a little brittle, so you can get a little bit more chippy. But I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay. There we go. So it's not a chip out, it's an inclusion of some sort. But the rest of the blank has some of these like glitter pieces in it as well. So that's what it is. But good thinking. Good thinking. Definitely could be a cause. Did you end up getting a lathe, man? I think you were in the market last time I talked to you. All right, let's check the back side, make sure we're lining up. All right, slight reduction. And we'll be good to go. Love it. They're all roughed out now. Fine tuning. The stuff that everybody loves to do. That was cool. Dope. These are the ones that we were working on the right side here. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do. All right, Morty, time for you to be quiet. All right, so the next thing that I am doing here is moving this stuff out of the way, and then grabbing the handles that I'm going to be making. I think I want to get a couple reps before doing my main one. Whew. All right, so I got these for my birthday actually. So the cool thing about these tools here is that they're round. So the Easy Wood Tools is square. Well, these are round. Let me set this down, move this back, reposition the cam a little bit. All right, so this is actually an entire set of tools here. There we go. Don't need that anymore. And don't need this right now. All right. There we go. Okay, so these are round carbide tools. Round meaning like this is a bar, basically a bar of steel. And I really wanted to try these out. So I know that it's probably not for everybody, but I find that it gives really good feedback when you're turning. So whatever edge that you're cutting on, you know, you can just kind of roll into it and you don't have to be tilted on the corner. So in my mind, it seemed like a better thing. But this is my first attempt at making the handle. So you can see some of these high spots. I had to use some glue because it was split all the way down. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it split here and then it goes all the way up to the top here, which is a real bummer, but not the end of the world. So this is one of the handles I made. So I was gripping it to try and, you know, find where I like to hold it most when turning. And I really like the Easy Wood tool shape profile and everything. So I really like how this one is. Like I'll hold it here pretty often. I'll also hold it up here. And I'll also hold it way back here. So those are kind of like the focal points that I wanted to have. And if you don't know, the larger diameter, when you're holding it and you rotate your hand, the bigger piece that you're holding, the less input this actually is. Whereas holding like the small point, it requires less input from the backhand to rotate it more. So that's just kind of, I guess, gee whiz information if you don't really use handles or anything. But you know, having a larger diameter part up here makes it so you can control a little better when you're turning and everything. So that is kind of the idea of it. So in order to make another handle, this one's fine enough. I'm not really worried too much about it. I probably will bring it further back, the bar. That way it can actually be a little deeper into the blank itself and then help with the balance, because its balance point is I guess kind of right there. Anyway, balance point's about right here, and I think I want it a little further back. So that's going to be what I do. And because I really like the round tool, I'm going to hold off on this one until I get a couple more repetitions with making the handles. Another modification that I'm going to end up doing is actually grinding this part down. I don't like this corner right here. It makes it so I cannot get into the grooves of of some of the beads that I make. You can tell the difference right here. So this one's pretty much flat, and this one's got a nice a bevel that kind of matches up with the angle of the carbide. So that'll be generally the target that I'm going for. The scoochy gouge is also another interesting tool that is very reminiscent of a round carbide, but it's also kind of like a like a bowl gouge kind of. You can kind of do some of the same things that you can as far as like angling it, riding the bevel in, and stuff like that. So I kind of like that. Seems like it's a little bit steep, or gradual, I mean, a little too gradual here. I think I'd like for it to be just a little bit less, but I'm not going to mess with that right now because it's still pretty sharp. But yeah, I'll probably end up making another video on these, this whole thing, but ultimately my goal is to just basically take the metal out, cut the handle off, and then replace it. Yep. So I think the next one that I'm gonna do here is anybody interested in seeing that? I mean, it is kind of late. I was going to try to do it. Yeah. Anyway, how about we'll make a handle in another video or another live and then go from there. So a relatively short one today, but really what I'm going to end up doing, here's the sequence of events that I'm going to do that I think is going to be the best. So the bar comes into about right here, so I cut this off and then I'll turn that away, and then I'll end up with just the bar. The bar actually fits in here, so I can turn with the bar in, using the bar as, like, I'll put it into my collet chuck, and that's how I'll end up turning the handle. The type of wood, sequence, sorry, we'll stay on sequence. Chop this, get the bar out, get rid of the handle, get our components to make a new handle. So this is just a piece of copper tubing. You just cut it to whatever length that you want, and then just making sure that it's sufficient. You create a little tenon on the wood, and then you can put it in, clamp it in, glue it in, stuff like that. So I just need to drill a little further next time. But yeah, boom. We shall do that. next time. Because this one was for, it's going to be for Mary. So when we see Mary, it'll be a stream for her. But yeah. Anywho, pretty cool. Other reasons I'm doing it is because this star tool bit here will be easier to replace the screw head, which is one of the problems that I'm running into after many years. I've been using the same screw on the Easy Wood tool for a long time, and it's just a tiny little Allen wrench. So I actually broke it I broke the wrench. So this is the little wrench that goes into that hole to get the cutter off, and then this is the other one, or one of the other ones. And then, is that the same size? No, that one's even a little bit bigger. So I'm just thinking that it's going to be nicer for a longer period of time. But yeah, that's the plan, Sam. But yes, maybe that'll happen tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, shape sections. It's a busy day today, so I just wanted to get some FaceTime. I was working on the video this morning, so once that gets all checked and everything through the YouTubes, and then I will post it. It's a pretty, I think it's one of the most informative videos as far as like tool control. I had a camera that was like right here on the side looking at the lathe, and you're able to see kind of how I'm holding the tool when I'm doing like some of the grooves, some of the coves, some of the different stuff like that. So I think it'll be a pretty good one. But yeah, I think it will definitely help some people. But until next time, friends, I reckon I will wrap it up here, and see you next time. Take care.